can you just give me your name and where you're from?
Okay, I'm Smitha and I'm from Arizona, around Phoenix area. So, yeah.
Nice trip out to DC.
Yeah, definitely. It's been so awesome to be here. It's such an honor.
Well, I was noticing your project, and it looks like it has something to do with water purification.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could kind of give me an overview of exactly how you got into it and what it is exactly.
Okay. So I did my project about sucralose, which is the main ingredient of Splenda. And Splenda, as you know, it's pretty much everywhere now. It's in Diet Coke, it's in Orbit gum, it's in all these different things. And so with the increase in amount of consumption, there's been a lot of research on how does it affect humans. And people have found that really it doesn't do anything. It just goes straight through the digestive tract and goes into the wastewater. But then the research stopped there, and no one really asked, well, what happens then? What happens to the environment? And so what I did is I looked at it from that angle, and my main research question was, what happens to sucralose in a wastewater treatment plant? So what I did is I mimicked all the different processes, and I found that it doesn't break down at all.
So tell me a little bit about the chemical makeup of what this is.
Yeah.
Is it natural? Is it chemical?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, actually, it's completely human-made. It's actually extremely similar to sucrose, which is just table sugar, but basically, even though it's very similar in structure, it still did not break down, which is surprising. So that just means it's going into the natural waterways, and it could be affecting our ecosystem.
Right. And what did you find? Does it affect the ecosystem?
Well, that really what my research was checking whether or not it did degrade. But now that we know this, research has just exploded to see, well, what happens then? So there's been preliminary studies on fish, and it's been shown to feminize fish, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, really there's anything is possible, because it'll just go from the fish all the way up the circle of life back to humans. And so, I mean, it's definitely something to think about before you take your next sip of Coke or something.
Wow, absolutely. And do you plan on continuing your research into this?
I'm seriously thinking of staying in Arizona, continuing at the lab, but I'm also thinking of some other out-of-state schools, but I'm not really sure about anything as of right now.
Yeah. And how old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay, well great. Thank you very much.
No problem. It was a pleasure.